Oh no. Don't worry, I know. I'm just being silly. Don't worry. It's the stupidest thing ever. Hi. Yaha, yaha. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming. You're about to witness something truly spectacular, my friend. You're gonna Oh god. Anyway, you got a ticket? This is a ticketed event, I hope you know. Yeah, this is an exclusive watching site that we're on right now, and it's totally exclusive and premiere, right? Yeah, you better show me your ticket because I'm about to make history. All right, yeah, okay, yep, working. Okay, I see it. Okay, let's go, work it, let's go. So, as you may know, if you're someone who's followed space travel at all, astronauts. If you've followed this stuff at all, or have also lived on this Earth for more than one day, you'd probably know that they send people to space in shuttles, in these massive constructs, these massive vehicles that spit fire and fall apart because we build them so well. They're playtesting some new approaches to that problem. Everything's just so expensive. It's so difficult to get a ship together, and half the time they just fall apart when you get up there, so... I say half the time, pretty much all the time. In fact, they're supposed to fall apart. What if instead of sending a big fat ship up into space, we just sent one guy? Like, we just sent the guy by himself. I just think it'd be so much more efficient that way, don't you? It's so much more efficient, so. So I'll be play testing as their number one, their patient zero, their space monkey. You know what I mean? I will be the first. Just like a satellite. Baby, come on. All right. I think it's about time we take off. You ready? All right, I gotta phone in HQ. Where are they? Okay. All right, we are preparing for takeoff. T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi. Hi again. I have successfully breached our atmosphere, and I am now in outer space. Isn't that so epic? You could you could say I'm just like you could say I'm just like a satellite, right? Oh god, this is so stupid. Holy flashbang, what, is it too bright up here? How do you think I feel? You're still watching from the comfort of your home. You can just dim the screen. I'm blasted by the light of 1,000 suns. Literally. Spinning around all night. Rizumu ni mi o makasete ne. Oh, this is so goofy. Yeah, we're up in space now. How's it feel? I say we're. You're still at home. Yeah, I thought it wouldn't be very epic to put you at risk, so I'm the one that's up here. But it's pretty nice actually. Kind of cold. Thankfully, the turtleneck kind of keeps me warm, and I don't know. I think I've got a limited amount of air up here in this little dome, but you know, I take in a lot of air normally. I don't know if you notice, because I'm so congested. I've got a super sharp inhale these days. It's like 2 words in, I'm like, and I've just saved a lot of air that way. I've got tons to spare. Where's your jacket? Nah, I thought it'd be best to leave that at home. I wanted to go to, no, you didn't want to come here. You don't want to come here. Because here's the thing. The launch was a success. The problem comes later, which is getting back down. I don't know how that's gonna happen, because I'm out of firepower. I think they're just gonna leave me here. I think the mission wasn't actually to successfully launch a man into space and back. I think I didn't really pay very close attention to the contract that I signed when this experimental space company asked me to go into space. I think it just said the mission was to launch a man into space. I don't think they're gonna come get me. I think I'm stuck up here, so if you wouldn't mind, I'd love it if you could keep me some company while I'm here. Oh, goodness, this is ridiculous. Alright, so, jokes aside, this is just a silly little chatting stream. I like to have a little gimmick for my chatting streams sometimes just because I use streams to express myself. So I thought, why not make the first one related to the debut original? Which, by the way, just hit 500,000! Whoa, we're so cool! Isn't that cool? We're so cool. Thank you for your support, I appreciate it so much. Alright, let me set up a Q&A box, because I also want to have these running during ZATSUs, at least half the time. Let's see, what is on your mind? Question mark, start Q&A. I'll do a little spaceship emoji. So, you should see a little bubble pop up at the top of your chat box. Feel free to click ask something, and then literally just ask me. Anything you want. And I'll just pull through this as the stream goes on. Are you breathing fine? I'm breathing okay. Like I mentioned, I've got a lot of air to spare, I think. I take in a lot on a normal basis. Oh wait, here, I forgot. I forgot. I set something up for this as well. Where is it? Here it is. I can put your little question down here in the bottom right corner so that it's always visible. That's always, yeah. And that way we know what the topic we're supposed to be on is. Alright, here, I'm just gonna copy and paste these as I go. Alright. Also, the regular disclaimer as I copy paste this one that drew my attention immediately. It may not surprise you, given that I've had this disclaimer the last 2 days in a row. Kaelix is kind of sleepy. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm in the process of trying to push my schedule back forward. So for the next few days, it's gonna be a little rough around these hours, but I think it's fine. Just a warning. I might be about 2% less energetic than usual. Yeah, streaming energizes me, and if that didn't work, then I think being trebucheted into space was probably enough. Alright. Someone asked, what is your favorite Pokemon? Which makes me really happy to talk about, because I love Pokemon very much. So something that I really love in general, I love Ghost type the most. I think the Ghosts are my favorites, just universally. Like if I made a top 10 list, it would be almost entirely Ghost type Pokemons. Pokemons, plural. Is it just Pokemon? Pokemon, plural? My number one right now, and I say right now because sometimes it changes a little bit every several years, but for the last few years, it has been Golurk. I love Golurk so much. I loved Golurk a lot when I was a kid, playing Pokemon Black for the first time. I just think Golurk is so epic and so cool. And he's also kind of like me, you know? He's kind of like a guard, right? He's like a haunted suit of armor, kind of like he stands guard. He's like me. He's just like me for real. I always imagine, and I see someone mentioning it, I've always imagined that like, if I were a gym leader, I'd have Mono Ghost. That would be my scheme, my theme. I don't know, I just think Ghost types are really cool, and I think they have the coolest designs, and the stories as well, like the concepts. Like when you open the Pokedex and you get the little readout about the Pokemon's personality, or like how it lives, why it exists. The Ghost types are always so tragic and cool and mysterious. Background music is so ominous. That's what it sounds like in space. Haven't you been? Oh. I feel like Nazim right now. Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I have some, I only packed one thing in my makeshift space chute. My space chute. It's like spacesuit and space shuttle together. Space chute. That's what it is. I just came up with that on the spot. I think I should be hired by some marketing team. I would change the world. Anyway, I only packed one thing, and I packed a boiling hot cup of ginger tea with 3 spoonfuls of honey in it. I normally don't have ginger with honey, but I thought I would do it today because it's nice sometimes as a little treat. Cooking plans, no, right? Like, I think I should have been there when they named everything. Like anything you know and love, I should have been the one to name it, and it would have been so much more epic that way. Probably not. Probably not. Oh, I love this person keeping on topic. Yeah, my favorite Pokemon is Golurk. My other favorites, I have another question, but my other favorites are Chandelure. In the most recent game, I really fixated on Cerulege. I love Cerulege. I like Ghost types in general. When I was little though, my number one favorite was Whimsicott, and Whimsicott was my favorite for a long time. So I still love Whimsicott very much. He kind of stands out, actually, next to my other favorites, because it's all these dark purple, flaming ghost creatures, and then there's just like a little wad of cotton with horns. Anyway, somebody else asks, do you believe in aliens? Do you believe in aliens? I've seen one. Very recently, actually. In fact, I've spoken with one. Yeah, I know they're real. I know they're real. I believe. I don't have to think. I don't have to believe. I don't have to have faith because I just know. I've seen it. Yeah, Ren Senpai, right? He is living. He is among us. Among us. Yeah, no, on a more serious note, I do actually believe. I don't think that aliens are like what people usually will characterize them like, you know, in like Hollywood movies and stuff. I think aliens probably don't have green skin and ginormous eyes. In fact, they probably don't look like people at all. I don't think they look anything like us. I think aliens might be like microbial, or they might look like You know what they probably look like? They probably look like crabs. And you know why? Do you know about carcinization? Are you aware of carcinization? I'm about to expose you to something called carcinization. This is an evolutionary theory that if given enough time to evolve, many things will become crab-like. There are so many different creatures, especially in the ocean, that have crab-like features, but do not share common ancestors. They all just happen to convergently, at the same time, develop claws and the number of legs and the eyes that work the way they do, because crabs and crab-like bodies are just super cool and efficient. Isn't that bananas? So yeah, I think aliens probably look like crabs. I think there's no telling how long they've got out there. So they probably became crab-like, because that's the perfect form, right? Oh wait, I lost it. Okay, I was gonna copy one, but it disappeared, but I remember it, so I'll just write it. It was, do you prefer warm or cold weather? I actually really prefer warm weather. I've got a lot of experience with both. I'm privileged enough to live in a nice enough place that like has I say nice enough, but I live in a region that gets a good amount of both throughout the year. You know, I have cold winters and hot summers. But I kind of prefer the warmth. I find that the wind just blows through my body. I've lived in it for my entire life, but I've just never gotten used to cold. I just can't do it. I can't stand it. It hurts. It makes me feel weak and bad. And also, I can't exercise in the winter or the fall, and I think that kind of sucks. I'd rather be able to just like jog all the time or like go out whenever I want to. And I find that I enjoy the feeling of just sun on my skin, so I especially like the summer. Or specifically, I really love like that transition from spring into summer, and likewise that transition from summer into fall, where you get plenty of sun and it's warm, but it's not boiling. And I also, my caveat is that it also has to be a dry heat. I can't do humidity. I remember I visited a friend once, and whenever I stepped outside, my glasses would fog because it was just that humid there. It was crazy. I'd never known such a thing in my life. It was like, you know, when you open the dishwasher. The sun makes you sleepy. It makes you sleepy? Actually, no, I kind of get that. Like, if you're sunbathing, I've had multiple instances in my life where I lay out to sunbathe and just, you know, soak up some rays, and then I wake up hours later because it's just so nice and warm. Let's see. Oh wait, I lost it. I keep losing the ones that I want to copy paste. Someone asked about... Here, I'll just write it like this. Thoughts on Ave Mujika. It's funny you mentioned this because there's actually, I know I'm the main culprit of leaking inside jokes from By the V, but there is actually an inside joke around Ave Mujika. I don't remember why they came up, but they came up in conversation at one point, and it was specifically Seible that brought it up, right? Here's the thing. He didn't say Ave Mujika, but he called it something else, and he expected us to know what it was. You want to know what he called it? And I need you to know he was so confused that we didn't know what he was talking about. This man said, Vida la loca. That's what he called it. He said, oh yeah, things like Vida la loca. What? Vida la loca. Vida la loca. Like, Vida la que? Right? Vida la loca. Thought that it was the same thing. Don't make fun of him for it though. I think he's a little embarrassed about it. It's really sweet though. It cracked everybody up. Yeah, he thought it was called Vida la Loca in his memory. I mean, close enough, right? Because Ave Mujika is like Latin/Italian, right? And Vida la Loca is kind of Spanish. Life the crazy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was really funny. Okay, let me find another one. Oh, and in the meantime, I'm gonna take a sip of my boiling hot ginger tea with three spoonfuls of honey. I don't know why I just described the full government name of this tea, but if you got a beverage back at home, you know, back down on Earth, you should take a sip with me, all right? All right, let's see. I got one. Go-to karaoke song. You might actually hear this one someday. Not anytime soon. It's gonna have to fall into an unarchived set list someday, but my go-to is actually Misty by, or specifically As Stylized by Ella Fitzgerald. I really, really love Misty. I think it's one of the best jazz standards, and it also functions as a pretty cool warm-up for me. I really, really like it. I think it's very fun. You may know it. If you don't know it, there was, I can't sing too much of it, I gotta be careful. This is my danger zone, by the way. I'm so bad at, like, not singing when I'm not supposed to. It's the one that goes, that's why I'm following you. Ha 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 ha, my own. Very, very fun. I want to sing it for you someday, so keep your eyes peeled. Or I guess your ears peeled? Can you peel an ear? Like a banana? Like an orange? Let's see. Ooh, okay. I want to talk about this one. This is a good one that I haven't gotten into yet. I will say, by the way, there are a lot of these questions that you could answer for yourself if you checked out my 2.0 presentation. So if you are curious, feel free to go back and watch that one. It's called Intro 2.0, and it lists off a bunch of my favorite things categorized by like anime and films and music and stuff. Yeah, feel free to go check it out sometime if you'd like to know. But favorite Kenshi song, favorite Kenshi Onizu. He's one of my favorite solo artists ever. He used to be #1 for a really long time, so he's still basically #1 in my heart, you know? He just got narrowly beat out by Mr. Senti Millie. But I really, really loved Lady. I fixated hard on Lady. I had a period of straight up 2 months where I was listening only to Lady, and I was listening to it all the time. All the time. It was one of my biggest phases I've ever had with a song. And I was listening to it on Spotify, so the little status would display next to my name on Discord. And I remember all my friends would they'd message me and be like, Kaelix, are you okay? Do you need help? And I'm like, what? You're not okay. I need you to listen to this. It's so banger. Very, very delicious song. I've also been really obsessed with a more recent one. What is it called? Sayonara mata itsuka. Sayonara mata itsuka. Very, very good one. I really, 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 really love the melody in that one. I also have, as far as like less recent stuff, I think Lady's not super recent anymore though, is it? Does that still count as recent? Anyway, I really, 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 like my first favorite was Eine Kleine. I really, really, really loved that one. Eine Kleine, very delicious song. I think it's one of his biggest early bangers as far as I'm concerned. And then I also really loved the one that he wrote for Spirits of the Sea, or no, the song is called Spirits of the Sea. The film is called Children of the Sea, the anime movie. Yeah, Spirits of the Sea, Umi no Yurei. I really, 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 really loved that one. I could never sing it as much as I love it though. It's so hard. This man's range is unreal. It's so tragic though. Both of my favorite solo artists, it's Senti Millie Mental and Kenshi Onizu, they both have the most cracked out their minds tenor ranges ever. And they're all just like barely too high for me sometimes, and then the rest of it is way too high. There's like not a single one that's perfectly in range, and it's so devastating. It's grim. It's grim. I'd love to sing one of their songs someday though, especially Senti Millie's. I adore these guys so much. They're so cool. Oh, I forgot! Thank you so much to the person that wrote this. Can you please teach us the Splatoon voice? I said out loud during Splatoon yesterday that I was gonna teach you how I do the Splatoon voice. And then I forgot and I never did it. So I can show you now. So there are 2 steps to this, and you combine them together. The first one is basically just the tone of voice that you hold. So what you want to do is you want to raise your voice into the top of your throat, so that's like tighten your throat a little bit and lift it up from your throat kind of into your nose even, so that when you speak, it's kind of like, it might sound very silly like that, but that's the first step to making it sound like an actual inkling. Second step, I don't know if you've ever watched SpongeBob, but are you familiar with the episode of SpongeBob SquarePants where Mrs. Puff has to steal his boat so that he can't drive it because she knows that this man isn't built for the road? And he realizes that it was Miss Puff trying to steal his car this whole time, or his boat. And he's like, Mrs. Puff? And he brings his finger to his lips and goes, that's what you gotta do. That's step 2. You basically bring your finger up to your lips and you wiggle it really fast up and down. When you combine the two, you know, and then you get that's the hack. That's the hack. That's the Splatoon voice. And when you're doing it, basically, as far as what words you can actually form, you could try and speak English if you wanted to, but they just kind of speak Japanese-sounding gibberish. I say Japanese-sounding gibberish because it's gibberish that is written in katakana, or I think sometimes it's hiragana, but yeah, it's just syllabic gibberish. So just and now you know. And now you know. He's in space. Yes. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. All right, let's see. Here's one. Opinion on bread. I love bread very much. I would rather lose something very, very important to me than go the rest of my life without a single crumb of bread. I need bread. I need bread in my life. I can't go a day without it. I had bread both meals today, actually. Yeah, both meals. My first meal today, my breakfast was eggs on toast. It was 3 pieces of them each. So it was like toast with the hole in it, and then you put the egg in the middle. 3 of those. And then a few hours later for lunch, I had a really, really fat sandwich. I stacked it up with several meats and cheeses, and it was totemo oishii desu. It was very, very good. I loved it a lot. And I like to toast it as well. And I really love pasta, but half the time, pasta, I can't have it without a nice toasted garlic bread, or at least like a scuffy imitation of garlic bread. I need it. I can't go without it. I love bread too much. I need baguettes. I need croissant. I need all of them. I need bread. I can't go without bread. Thank you for asking about this. Needless to say, I have the deepest sympathy in the universe, in the galaxy, in space, for Mr. Ginjoka, who cannot touch bread or he'll explode. It's so unfortunate. Oh, there are so many. It's so difficult to pick whenever there are so many good ones. Ooh, this is a really good one that I don't think I touched on or acknowledged in words at all. Oh wait, where is it? I lost it. Okay, I can just write it. Someone asked, can you play any musical instruments? And the answer is yes, I can, actually. I can, in fact, play musical instruments. My first instrument was guitar. No, it was actually piano. It was several years prior. When I was a little kid, I found an electronic keyboard from a billion years ago. And it was preloaded with a bunch of little songs on it that it would teach you through a little, like, calculator type monitor on the front. I say calculator type, and then it's one of those where it's like a green screen with darker green actual details on it. It was one of those. And I learned how to play that way. So I didn't know how to read sheet music at that point. I didn't learn that for many years. It was way later that I learned that. But piano came first, and I got decent enough at transcribing things by ear that way. And then I would spend a lot of time, this is one of my biggest memories with The Legend of Zelda. Zelda mentioned, But one of the big things that I mentioned for Ocarina of Time is that it stoked my earliest interest in music. I would actually, I would have the game loaded up, and I'd go to an area in the game, same for Majora's Mask, where the BGM was just something I really liked, and I would stay there and let the BGM just loop indefinitely, and I would figure it out on the piano as it went. And it would take me a long time, but there are several that I learned in completion that way, and it was pretty cool. Then, several years later, around, I want to say 14 years old, I picked up guitar. I got decent enough at it that I could play the standard, like essential chords, the ones that are used in most pop songs, except for, which one is the one that's really annoying on guitar? Because E is the annoying chord on ukulele. I forget which one it was, but there's one really annoying chord on guitar. I knew how to play it, but I never could. And then I switched to ukulele because I liked how much simpler it was, and I played that more recently. It's actually fun trivia. I noticed some people compliment the ending screen that I have, the outro for my streams. I actually wrote and played that myself. Yeah, it was a little tune I made by myself, and I played it on my baritone ukulele. I've named it B. It's a gift, cherished gift. But yeah, I like ukulele a lot. It's kind of like all the fun of guitar without the stress of needing to handle 6 strings. It's 2 strings less, so it's easier. I also play auto harp, and I played mandolin for a short time, but it's been long enough now that I've forgotten most of the chords. I can only just kind of force my way through fingerstyle mandolin now. And then basically anything else is just derivative of another instrument that I've played. For example, if you play piano, you can probably play melodica, right? So I can play melodica. What else is there? I can kind of play ocarina. I can do the basic scale. I haven't learned any other scales on ocarina. Yeah, I really love playing around on little instruments. One of these days, I want to schedule like just a little jam, a play around jam type stream, where I just show off my little toys that I've accumulated over the years. Very, very privileged to have been gifted things like these. I've mentioned before that I'm a very easy person to shop for, right? I think of my monkey collection to my left, my plush monkeys, I myself have actually only purchased like 20 of the 200-ish. Most of them, almost all of them, were gifts from people that just saw them and thought of me. And then when it comes to the really, really important people in my life, they'd know that I would want like a really cool instrument or something. I think the only instrument for myself that I've purchased was my first ukulele. Yeah, I'd love to demonstrate for you sometime. Actually, I should be able to demonstrate the outro actually right now. Hold on. Yeah, I mentioned that I only brought the T in my space chute, but I lied. I actually brought a large baritone ukulele as well. Hold on. Where was it? Where is it? I think it's somewhere over. Is it over here? Hold on. Aha! I found it. It was floating off in the distance. Okay. I'm back. Okay. Let me see. Oh. Okay. Sorry for the wait. Let me make sure that this is in tune as well, and I'll also do the courtesy of cutting the space ambience. Space, you better cut it out now. Yeah, communicating directly with the outer reaches of space. I think this would probably also be really cool, right? All right, let's see. Let me make sure. I gotta get my piano tuner. Is it normal to use a piano tuner for everything? Because there are specialized tuners for like guitars and ukuleles and stuff, but I like the piano tuner. It's easier for me to look at because it measures it with like the hertz in numbers. It's pretty cool. Okay. All right. Oh, I should probably also, let me see, let me make sure that I've done this. because I believe it will probably cut out my ukulele if I don't fix my gate. All right. Actually, I could walk you through how I wrote the outro. I'll raise and lower the reverb as I speak and as I play, because I feel like it's probably hard to understand if I speak at full reverb, but the ukulele sounds a lot prettier at full reverb. So when I started out, all I really knew that I wanted was the chords and in the order they were in. I knew I wanted those chords and in that order, so I started with those. So I knew I wanted those, but I wasn't sure how I wanted to play them yet. All I knew is that I wanted it to be really mysterious sounding or really relaxing sounding. So the first thought was to do, I don't know if there's an actual name for this, but I kind of call it foil picking because of the very similar, in my mind, the similar math technique that you can learn, where you play the strings in a very specific order. Here, I'll number these actually. So if these strings are numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4, from closest to me to furthest away, you play it in the order 2, 3, 1, 4, 1, 3. 2, 3, 1, 4, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 4, 1, 3. So it sounds like this. So that was my first thought. So it could have sounded something like this instead. But I thought that if I did it like that, it would be really difficult to set like a melody to it. So I opted instead for a bossa nova type style of like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And this is where it might start to sound more familiar. And yeah, the melody just kind of came to me naturally from there. It's pretty fun. Okay, I figure that's probably enough for now. We should get back to Zatsuing. This is not a jam stream. Yeah, I hope you could appreciate that little peek into the songwriting process. I'd love to extend it maybe someday, make it a little longer, add another melody, maybe somewhere like chord developments, maybe like a B part, who knows? All right. And we're back. Thank you for the kind words, thank you for the kind words. I'd really love to get better at it. I need to get better specifically at finger style. Because I think I'm good enough at playing any chords that I need to, and if I don't know a chord, I can just learn it, which is pretty good. And I'm very proud of that because it took a while. But I'd love to be able to play the ukulele by itself without any vocals and have that be interesting. Yeah, back to conspiracy. All right, here's a good one because it relates to content and it's something I haven't addressed out loud yet. Will you consider doing a doodle/drawing stream in the future? Yes, I will. I have several ideas for what I want to do in the future. It's just a matter of when. I'm a little nervous because I don't consider myself to be okay, I know that you're immediately going to contradict it, but I don't consider myself to be an artist when it comes to visual stuff. I draw mostly for fun, and I enjoy it, and I'm very happy with that. But that makes it a little nerve-wracking sometimes to draw in front of others, especially when they are like more, if they've practiced more than I have. That's the words I'll use. Those are the words I'll use. Especially here, because I think there are so many really cool artists out there, so I'm a little shy, but I still really enjoy it, so I want to enjoy it with you in the future. It's just a matter of when and what, not if. Speaking of though, I don't know if anybody noticed, but I had a little, I guess you would have had to have coordinated or spoken out loud publicly to notice, but I had a break today where I just spent a solid 45 minutes scrolling through the art tag, and I was just wowed. I was so moved every single time. I don't know. I have drawn things before, so I know how long it takes to draw things. And even when you get really, really good, it still is such a big investment of time. So a single cool illustration, a single cool piece of art really moves me, and it makes me very emo. So I've been honestly very overwhelmed with joy lately. It's like every single one is just like grabbing my heart and squeezing it really hard. So thank you for your support. I appreciate it much more than I can articulate in words. Yeah, answer the question again. I will definitely do a drawing stream in the future. I just have to decide when and what kind of drawing stream. Let's see. Here's one. It's kind of relevant because I think Seible has some hot takes on ice cream, right? My favorite ice cream flavor is in fact just plain vanilla. I've always liked plain vanilla. But if I'm in the mood for more, I sometimes will really love like the types of vanilla where they add things to it. I think vanilla is a really, really effective and strong base. So I like vanilla with like chocolate in it, or sometimes they'll put cake in it, or brownies, or what is it called? Is it called Moose Tracks ice cream? I really like that. Cookie dough in vanilla is really, really good. Yeah, I really, really, really love vanilla, just plain vanilla. But I'll have almost any ice cream. I enjoy them all. When I was a kid, I really liked strawberry, and I love Neapolitan ice cream, where it's chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry like split up into one container. I love those. Vanilla milkshake. Yes, I have had a milkshake, vanilla milkshake. I like milkshakes a lot. I remember when I had my big wisdom tooth surgery, the rite of passage, right? That was all I wanted. That was all I wanted. I begged for it, and they gave it to me, like the spoiled boy I am. They gave me a milkshake, and I was very happy about it. Rolled ice cream? No, but I've seen videos about it. I've never had it myself. Ooh, okay. Favorite cheese. I feel very strongly about my cheese. I've consumed so much cheese even just over the last 48 hours because I made a big pasta, and I've been whittling away at the leftovers for dinner myself each night. Yeah, I really love I think my top 3, right? Number 1 is just plain Colby Jack. I find that that's the one I use the most when I'm cooking. I like to shred my own cheese, so I'll just buy really big blocks, like 8-ounce or 1-pound blocks of Colby Jack. If I'm having cheese by itself, I really love pepper jack. Sometimes I'll just get a block of that and just like slice it up into cubes and eat it. Or sometimes I'll just, one time I had a whole block and just took bites out of it. Like a freak. Yeah, I love pepper jack. I love, I don't know if I could live without mozzarella as well. I put a lot of mozzarella in my pastas. I especially love to melt mozzarella over things. Same with pizza. Like if I ever make a, you know when they give you the, when you buy those pre-made frozen pizzas in the cardboard boxes and you just pop them in your oven for however long at whatever temperature. I can't do that just like that. That's like the only pizzas I'll ever have, to be clear. I eat those a lot. I say a lot. I haven't had one in months, but if I have a pizza, it's gonna be that, right? But I have to put a metric ton of shredded mozzarella on top so that when it comes out, it just looks like a big gob of like burnt white. You know what I mean? It's really good. Parmesan? Parmesan is really good. Not in my top 3, but I love like a powdery Parmesan that you can put on a pasta. Especially love it with like a heavy red sauce spaghetti. Pretty good. Yeah, I like all cheese that I've had. I'd love to try every cheese that I haven't. To this day, I've still, as much as I love cheese, I've never had like proper cheese on a rind. you know, when you get the fancy rind out on it and you have the stamp on it so people don't steal it or whatever, because cheese is apparently really common for thievery. But yeah, I've never had cheese like that, so I'd love to try that. Blue cheese? Nope, never had it, but I really want to. Alright, let's see. Ooh, this is a good one for me to address because there is some misunderstandings about this lately that I can clarify now. Okay. What can you cook? I feel I've been misrepresented by one of my coworkers, by a wave mate, as a really good cook. Just with one passing comment, Kaelix cooks. Kaelix does not cook. Okay, no, to be clear and like to not like take myself down or anything like that, I am good at cooking breakfast foods. I'm really good at breakfast. So I love making like anything with eggs, anything with bread. I love making French toast. That's my favorite to make and to have as a little treat. Anything in a frying pan in the morning, I'm really good at that, and I'm confident in that, and I get compliments on it when I cook for others. Grew up cooking for my siblings sometimes. On the way to school, we'd have like I say on the way, but before leaving for school, we'd have like egg and bread component breakfast foods, or like waffles and pancakes and stuff. I never made much waffles, but pancakes I made a lot of. But yeah, I can do breakfast, and then when it comes to anything else, I can do like 4 or 5 pastas. 4 or 5 different variations of pastas with different cheese variations and sauce variations, but that's it. That's where my capabilities end. I can't bake. I can't like saute. Every time I try, I mess it up. And that's like following recipes to the last iota, the last dot, the last period, to a T. I follow it perfectly, and it ends up tasting like poop. So I'm not very good at cooking most things, but I'd really love to improve. It's actually one of my New Year's resolutions for this year. I only started setting New Year's resolutions for the first time like a year ago. I used to be very cynical about it, but I found that if you let yourself participate in things like arbitrary holidays or traditions, life is a lot more fun. So, in my goal, my life quest to enjoy life, right? I've started setting annual resolutions. And my resolution for this year is to learn to cook more medium difficulty foods that taste good. I'm gonna have another sip of my tea. If you got a beverage, feel free to take a sip with me. Want to see you cooking someday? What, like a cooking hand cam? Maybe. I'd be a little nervous though, because if it came out really bad then and you watched it happen, that's like double embarrassing. I'd much rather just have it come out bad and then tell you that it came out bad, and then you could be like, haha, that kind of sucks, and then that's it, you know? I'm a little shy, but maybe someday. No promises. Let's see. Gotta find another one to paste in that is a good one to get into. Oh, okay, this is a good one. Oh, wait, I can't copy it. Where'd it go? Please. Copying things is so hard. Okay, I'm just gonna write it. At this point. Alright. If you could produce an original song with another liver, who would it be? So many. Honestly, to give you the technical and actually correct answer, every single one, honestly. There are so many ideas that I have and so many fantasies that have passed through my little noggin, so definitely know that like I want to, right? To name some that I have more specific ideas for, I really desperately want to grab Mr. Vanta Crow Bringer Senpai on something, specifically something really jazzy. I really loved watching him get into vocal training over the last year, and I think he's come so far, and I really want to sing with him. And I want, more than like just me wanting to sing with him, I want him to sing more, period, with anybody. So I really want to produce something with him someday. For similar reasons, I also really want to sing something with Claude Senpai someday, because I want him to sing more, period. He's got a really good voice. I'd really love to work with, honestly, anybody that really brands themselves as a vocalist, right? I think talents like Gren Senpai, Enna Senpai, Reimu Senpai's got a good voice, Maridin Senpai. Yeah, I want to make an original song with anybody. And of course, first pickings go to the beloved members of By the Beat. I want to produce stuff with all three of them. As soon as possible, honestly. As soon as possible. Yeah, very many strong thoughts about that. Now, disclaimer for this that I have to say out loud, please do not say a word of this to anybody that I've just mentioned. Don't mention it at all in their streams. Don't make a big deal out of it. Just let it be here, please. I don't want it to be an annoying thing for anybody else, because then it will never happen. That's a good way to make sure it does not happen. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Because I did talk about music and stuff, right? Oh wait, no, this is not what I just copied. Where'd it go? This is not what I copied. Please. Okay, do you have perfect pitch? No, I don't. I do not. I have decent relative pitch. Oh, hi, Seible. Hi, welcome. Welcome to outer space. How are you doing? Yeah, no, I have decent relative pitch in that I can match the things that I hear, but I'm not very good at just like you could not be like sing an A and I wouldn't be able to go ah and it'd be an A. Or hold on, let's test. Let's see how close I can get it. Let's see how close I can get it. Okay, I'm getting my Pocket Pitch app. Okay. All right, I'm gonna sing. I remember whenever we would sing the national anthem in chorus, it would start on a D, and I think it sounded like, Okay, I guess this kind of works as relative pitch though, right? Because I remember specifically that song. And that's the one that started on that note. Okay, I might not be making it very good. That was maybe misleading. I do not have perfect pitch. Please do not walk away from this thinking that I have perfect pitch. I'm a fraud. Yeah, I think if I put my mind to it and worked really hard to develop it, I might get pretty close. But honestly, I think it's overrated. I don't personally want perfect pitch. I think I'm a lot happier with relative pitch. I think when you have perfect pitch, it can make a lot of fun things less fun. Because the people that I've known and met in my life who had perfect pitch, a lot of them will say that you can't really enjoy music anymore when you have perfect pitch. It's like, oh, this is slightly flat, or oh, this is just a little too sharp, or oh, this note this sounds wrong, and everything sucks when you have perfect pitch apparently. So I do not think that I would want it personally. So I don't think that I'll be going out of my way to train it. Yeah, I have decent relative pitch, and if I hear an instrumental in a different key than I'm used to, I can adjust to that key. And I'm thankful for that. Yeah, you do turn into a perfectionist. It's honestly, I think it could be said of a lot of things. Like a lot of skills and a lot of trades, a lot of jobs. There's a lot of stuff out there where the better you are at it, the harder it is to casually enjoy other people who do it, or to appreciate other people who have done it. I'm speaking vaguely just so that it can apply to everything other than just music, but like it's true, right? Like if you're a really good artist, for example, sometimes that makes a lot of art look less cool to you because you can know in your brain what might make it look better. Or like if you're a really, really good musician, you could know what would make a songwriting session go better. Or like if you are really good at mixing, you'll hear a song that's been uploaded to the internet and you'll be like, that EQ shelf. So it's kind of rough, but I think being good at things is also very cool and admirable. I guess you just, you win some, you lose some. Blessing and a curse. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, these are some good ones, but I'm so torn on whether to get into some of these now. There's some of these topics that I really want to save for later. What? Why? What? Oh, I know why. Can you bark? No, not today. You're gonna have to wait for that. I know who put you up to this. I know exactly who put you up to this. I know what happened. I'm always watching. I know. Yeah, don't worry. I know. Not today. You'll get it someday though. You'll get it someday. Not if, but when. And when? Not today. Zeal Ginjoka. I'm gonna have a word with him. No, I'm just kidding. It might not be what you're thinking though. I don't know what you take from him saying that, but it's probably not what you think. I just get a little silly sometimes. Sometimes I actually, oh my gosh, I don't know if Claude Senpai remembers this, but so there is like the very first call where we all met each other, right? Each other being By the Beat and then other livers in the company. When we met each other, Claude was the first person in the call. Or no, it was actually Wilson Senpai. He was the first person in the call, and he was just there by himself. So I went ahead and joined. I was like, hello? And he said nothing. And then he typed, wait, don't join yet, I need a minute. And then he left, and then I left. And then Claude Senpai joined, and I saw him there, and he was like, get in here. So I joined, and I just started barking at him. I don't know, it just came over me. Something possessed me. Some like dog phantom dwelled in my body in that moment. So yeah, and he was like, whoa, calm down. I don't know if he remembers that, but that was in fact the first thing I said to him. Or actually no, I think I do vaguely remember what provoked that in me. I think he made a noise. I think he made a weird noise. I don't remember if he started barking at me or what. Yeah, he probably didn't bark at me. I think barking was a step up from whatever it was he did, but he made some weird noise. Yeah, it was funny. First impression, hatsukashii ne, hatsukashii. Ore. Yeah, maybe not the best first conversation starter, but hey, maybe it gets the awkwardness out the way. I've always been very strict about getting awkwardness out of the way fast. Sometimes this can make me a little annoying to be in a conversation with though. Like when there are people in a conversation that don't know each other, I will always make myself speak when people ask questions. For example, there have been a lot of positions that we've been put in lately where By the Beat as a group will be asked a question, right? Like, oh, what kind of music do you like? Or what kind of video game do you play? And if I don't speak, it's gonna be quiet, right? Because everybody's like shy, because that's just how you are in that situation, right? It's like, I don't want to be the first one to speak, so I will always just be the first one to speak. I'll always chime in like, I like Sentimental, or I play The Legend of Zelda. I crush Datiki. And I just think it makes it easier for everybody, including me. So I just speak first. I think awkwardness is boring, and we don't need it. And everything is cooler without it. I know that's easier said than done, but honestly, be the freak you wish to see in the world. Another extrovert might be misleading. I feel like I'm actually introverted. I'm just very social. Does that make sense? I think a lot of people misunderstand the difference between extroversion and being a social person. Like sociality, is that a word? Social aptitude. I don't know. I really enjoy getting to know people and hanging out. And it brings me great joy to, like, I don't know, it just brings me happiness to spend time with others. But it's also something that I have to invest energy in. It does not recharge my battery. Does that make sense? And that's the difference between extroversion and introversion. If you're an extrovert, that means that going out and hanging out with people, that charges your battery. It brings your energy up as you do it more. If you're an introvert, that is energy that you are investing. It drains your battery a little bit. And then you have to recharge by, just hanging out by yourself and resting. So I am technically speaking an introvert, I think, because I usually will I don't notice it as much in the moment because I'm just having so much fun, right? I'll have a nice 7-hour call with By the Beat. We're so bad at that. The moment we were given the opportunity to just start calling whenever we wanted, I think our first call was straight up 9 hours long, just all night. So whenever I have one, it's great. And I'm balling, and I'm feeling energized, and then the moment the call's over, it's like, all right, bye, ta-dum. Oh, it's like my body drops like a sack of hammers. There's no energy left in me. It's like I don't even realize it, and it all comes crashing in at once. So yeah, I have to spend my energy on social stuff, so I'm technically an introvert. Just very social, I guess that's kind of misleading. Let's see. Oh, there are so many good questions. Okay. Here's one. Oh, I just copied it. Where? Where is it? Where is it? Anyway, except walking and hiking, do you like other sports? I always wanted to, but I wasn't. How do I explain this? So when I was a little kid, I wasn't able to do any sports. I just couldn't do them. I could not do any of them. Wanted to, just didn't do them. Middle school, it was kind of the same. And then around high school was when I could have done them. But by that point, I was too busy with other stuff. I was locked in on chorus, and I had really intensive science work to do. And yeah, I didn't do any sports growing up, but I always wanted to. I love the aesthetic and the appeal of baseball. I think baseball is so cool as a sport. I think the bat is cool. I think the balls are cool. I think the uniforms are sleek and epic. I love baseball. I always wanted to play baseball, but I never did. I considered doing track and field at one point as well, because, you know, I try to jog regularly anyway, but I just never had the time. Closest thing to that I ever did was I was on the yearbook committee. So I would actually go to sports games a lot. I would go there to take pictures. I'd get in for free and then I would take photos for the book. Yeah, baseball was the one that I did the most though. I actually got kind of close to a lot of the team, my school's baseball team, because I would go to the games with them, even away games. And so I would ride on the bus with them and we'd just hang out. And it was kind of like I was on the team, but not really. Expecting a good Koshien performance, I might disappoint you. Love to look at it, love to think about it. Don't know if I could do very good, even if it wasn't real, you know. I'll do my best if the opportunity arises, but I may disappoint you. Here's another good one. Do you not say curse words at all? I don't like to. I do not like to. For the longest time, I never did. I just never did. I don't know. It's not that I think it's bad or anything. It's just not me, you know? And it was always kind of a cute thing that my friends would describe about me. They'd always be like, oh, Kaelix, it's so cute that you don't curse. It's so cute that you don't swear. And I'd be like, tee. But yeah, no, I try not to. I don't like to. But sometimes I'm tested. Sometimes the world tests me. Some things in life are tests. That's when it will happen. It probably will happen, and you may bear witness to it. So if the day comes that it escapes my mouth, I need you to know that I've been tested by something. Stubbing your toe? No, usually not that. It's usually if I'm just really, really astounded by something. Like, oh, what the heck is that? Or, I don't know. They're pretty fun though. Pretty fun. And that was another thing. Because I never swore, sometimes I would choose to on purpose because it's that much more shocking if someone who doesn't swear chooses to once in a while. It's like it hits 10 times harder. It'd be like if Shu Senpai just dropped the F-barm out of nowhere. Alright, let's see. Oh, I saw multiple people asking about this one, so I'll copy paste it. Actually, no, I'll just write it because this is a harder one to copy paste. What is your Mbti? Okay, I might answer incorrectly because it's been a long time and I don't really pay attention to this stuff, but I think it's either INFP or INTP. It's a little hard to answer confidently because I feel like a lot of these are kind of harsh boxes and not very good at separating people cleanly. I think people are complicated and it can be hard to distinguish them by these things. But yeah, I think either INFP or INTP. F and T are kind of a hard one because I think that decisions for anything should be made with both emotions and logic. I think a clean balance of both is very important, and I try my best to feel the decisions that I'm making and make decisions in an emotional way, but also, let's not be delusional, So the T and the F are kind of a hard one for me to cleanly to cleanly name for my MBTI. Yeah, INFP/INTP. I think. INXP? Is that a thing? Can you just say an X for the ones that you don't know? Ooh, here's a good one. How is your eyesight? How is your eyesight? I wonder, do you think these sunglasses are prescription? Do you think that there are any corrective features in these lenses? Any guesses? Because I do wear them all the time, right? I do in fact not have the best eyesight, especially in one eye. One eye is way worse than the other. Yeah, I have pretty poor eyesight. So I do actually have prescription lenses. I had these sunglasses made specially just for me to wear at the live house, so that I could, see but still be like stylish. I wanna stunt on these guys. So, astigmatism? No, I just have one eye that is weaker than the other one. Both of them are kind of weak. I say kind of. One of them is weak. The other one is super weak. And I think I know why too, but I'm embarrassed to say why. I'll go ahead and say why though. When I was a little kid, I had this little like toy that shone a light, and I loved to like just look into that light, and the eye that I would look into it with is the eye that is really bad now as an adult, so odds are I probably damaged it with that light. I don't know. To this day I don't know for sure, but it's either a funky coincidence or I was just a really, really dumb kid. Yeah, I'm able to see fine. It's kind of hard to read things the further away they are. Like without wearing my glasses, I can see everything on my desk very perfectly. It's just fine. But I probably shouldn't be driving without my glasses, for example. Probably should not be driving. Yeah, I think my eyes are just bad in general because I used to read a lot when I was little. I don't know if that rumor is true. That old saying that reading a lot gives you bad eyesight, or I could just be like spending all my time on video games as well. I'm not sure. Do you wear when streaming? Of course, look at me. I'm wearing them right now. Nearsighted or farsighted? Very nearsighted. Specifically nearsighted. Like I can see things that are close to me. The further away they are, the blurrier they are. Oh, now I wonder. Okay, hear me out. Do you think that Mr. Ginjoka, that Zeal, has any problems with his eyes? Because I don't think I've mentioned until today that I have bad eyesight, right? But Seible and Freo have both shared that they're colorblind, right? So if we count these as vision impairments collectively, right? We got 3 out of 4. I wonder. I wonder if Zeal has any problems with his eyes that I don't know about yet. Oh, he wants glasses? Did he say that? Maybe I could share with him sometime. I've got a ton though. I've got a ton of glasses. I love to like, every time I try to update my prescription, but it mostly stays the same, thankfully. My eyes aren't getting any worse, which is pretty good. And I don't mean that in the way that the saying works, right? Like, I'm not saying that they're already really, really bad, so it might as well just not change at all, but like they're literally the same every time, or just a tiny, tiny bit worse whenever I get them updated. But anyway, whenever I update my prescription, I like to get a new type of frame that's drastically different than the last one, so that I can make up for the expense of going to the eye doctor and getting new glasses. So I've got quite a few different sets of frames that I'd love to show you sometime. Yeah, I just love glasses. I think they're so cool and stylish, so I'm honestly not too bummed that I can't see too well. Yeah, I'm very content with that. Who said buy the blind? Insane. Insane. That is insane. That is grim. Alright, let's see. Oh, I'm offended that you even asked this. How dare you? Are you a 16-in-1 shampoo type of guy? I realize I may seem a little clueless, and I may be a no-nonsense kind of guy. Absolutely not. Miss me with that. Never in a billion years. Never in my life, actually. I think as early as adolescence, I already knew the importance of separating shampoo and conditioner. How dare you? How dare you accuse me of such a thing? Yeah, no. No, I'm very particular about it. I don't get anything super fancy, but I do take care of my hair. It's very important, I think, especially for me, because I like to dye my hair, you know? So I have to keep it nice and clean, And I'm not putting body wash anywhere near it. Trust and believe. I also just hate the way that those smell. Like, they could be separated into 16 components, and I still would not use those components individually, right? Because they always smell like the Grim Reaper. I'm not a big fan of, like, most men's fragrances. Which I guess might be weird for me as a man, but I prefer things that are more neutral. Like, I'd like to smell like something rather than like an idea, you know? Because men's fragrances is always like, a man's fragrance, if you go out and buy one, it's always like shadow. Or like after image. Or phantom. I don't like that. I don't want to smell like an idea. I want to smell like vanilla or like cinnamon, you know? I want to smell like a thing. Or honestly, I'd rather smell like nothing. I actually don't usually use fragrances myself. I like to just use very non-scented deodorants, very neutral deodorants. Because, you know, I don't want to stink. Obviously, I don't want to stink, but I find that most smells can be pretty strong. Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather not smell like an idea. That's basically the way that I feel about it. What's your favorite smell? I actually listed those on debut 2.0. My intro 2.0, you gotta go check it out. Yeah, one of my favorite smells ever is the smell of freshly mowed grass in the summertime. I like that a lot. I find it to be a very nostalgic smell. Just curious. Oh, wait, here, let me write it or paste it. Are you left-handed or right-handed? What do you think? Any guesses? Can I get an L/R? An L or an R? What do you think? Am I left or right? Before I reveal. I wonder what you think. You actually may be able to guess it just looking at my favorite pose that I stand in at all hours of every day. But I'm actually right-handed. That's why I bring my right hand up to my hip, right? Yeah, I'm right-handed. I'm normal. No, just kidding. No left-handed hate today. Yeah, no, I am in fact right-handed. I tried really hard to be ambidextrous as a kid because I thought it was so cool. And I got pretty close, but then I never used it, so I can't really do anything with my left hand other than just basic stuff. Yeah, no, I am in fact a righty. Yeah, majority. I'm the majority. The world was designed for me. Left-handed offended. No, I was just being silly, please. Let's see. Yeah, no, I am in fact right-handed. Do things with my right hand. Oh, this one is gonna bum me out, but I'm gonna answer it because it's gotta come up. The day this happens in a collab, can you whistle? No! And I'm so mad about it. I have, over the years, cumulatively spent hours. I don't even know how many cumulative hours I've spent trying and failing to learn to whistle. I want to whistle so bad. It would be so fun and so useful to the things that I like to do. I've followed so many tutorials. I followed written tutorials. I followed video tutorials. I've like had it explained to me in person by people I know who can whistle. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I wonder if like some people just can't do it at all. Like if their mouth is just built that way. Because if that's true, that's me. I can't do something kind of similar to whistling though. I can make a water droplet noise. You know, like. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna give you some ASMR in space. You ready? Watch this.
Okay. I'll do reverb and echo. Reverb and delay. You ready?
Okay, I should sound normal again. Yeah, no, I cannot whistle, but I can do that. And I've always hoped that this would bring me closer to whistling, because when people give you like tutorials on how to whistle, or rather when people give you tutorials on how to do the water drop, they say that you make your lips in the shape that you make them when you whistle. It has to be the same shape, or it won't work. And I can do the droplet, but I can't do the whistle. don't know what's wrong. It must be something with my tongue, maybe? Yep, nope, nothing. Let's see. Oh, here's one that's adjacent that I can do right now. Oh, wait. Okay. Can you snap your fingers? Fingers is the word they actually used. Yes, I can. That's at least something I was able to work really hard to figure out. I wasn't able to for a long time, but I was dedicated, just as dedicated as I am to learning to whistle. But it actually bore results. Not only can I snap, I can also snap on every single finger. On both hands. Oh, wait, with reverb? Okay, hold on. I'll do the same thing I did before.
Even pinky, yes, but I have to put another finger down or else it won't make a sound. Like, hold on. You hear? It's very light. Because the main thing that you hear when you're snapping is your fingers colliding against each other. So the pinky doesn't make a sound unless you put another finger there for it to hit. It has to have something to hit.
Anyway. Ooh, okay. I keep copy pasting the same one. Can you drive? Nope. No, I cannot. No, I cannot. Or, okay. I learned how to drive. Never got my license because I hated driving. In the sense that I'm really good at following the rules. Like, I memorized all the rules perfectly. I worked really hard to figure it out. I practiced a ton. I was never able to, like, get really comfortable with it. It's like I was on high alert the whole time, every single time I got behind the wheel. I was never able to get a wrap on it. I just can't. I suck. I kind of like to learn properly and get comfortable with it in the future because it'd make things a lot easier. But yeah, no, I in fact, I fall into the cliche, I guess, for NIJISANJI. I cannot drive. I cannot drive. I walk everywhere. I walk everywhere, or else I am a... Yep, there it is. A passenger princess. Any collabs you're thinking of doing after week 1? None that I'll reveal now. You think I'm just gonna tell you now? Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy now. You'll see. You'll see. You just gotta wait. Crash the Beat is crazy. Wish I could walk everywhere. I'd love to live somewhere more walkable, honestly. It's kind of difficult to do it half the time. All the time, honestly. But I like to anyway. Can you roll your R's? What, like an R? Yes, I can. I didn't know how at first. I had to learn how when I was studying Spanish. Because I refused to say it wrong. U-R-R-S-T. Yeah, I can in fact roll the R's. How do people do that? I'll walk you through it. It takes practice though. It's not gonna be as simple as me just explaining it and you mastering it instantly. But if you cannot do it, here's the strat, okay? So, think, how do I describe this? Duh. So you know where you put your tongue when you make a D sound? Duh, 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 duh. Like that front upper area on the hard palate, the roof of your mouth? Duh, 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 duh. Kind of bring your tongue there. Don't press it against the roof of your mouth, but have it like kind of against the roof of your mouth. Just like barely there, like. And then basically you just gotta force the air through, is the best way I can explain it. Like, and it will like move the tongue for you. It's not like you manually moving your tongue up and down to make that sound. You bring your tongue there and you don't make it too tight so that it can like move fluidly. You know, it has to react to the air that you're gonna push out. And then you have to just Yeah. That's how you do it. Ra, ra, ra. Being able to, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to pull out sometimes. It's one of my few buffs when it comes to speaking my broken, shattered, destroyed Spanish. I can at least pull out the R's. Got a stiff tongue or what? You really might if you can't do it. It's really all about having a relaxed tongue that is in the right spot in your mouth, and then just forcing the air through. Spanish is good. No. I can't really articulate my thoughts at all anymore. I think it may have sounded good on debut because I did think about what I wanted to say beforehand, but like on the spot, I have to really think, and most of the time I did not have the words at all. Like I could think forever and I wouldn't come up with the vocabulary. All right, let's see. Ooh, okay. Here's a fun one. Do you have a skincare routine? You could say I have one. It might make you mad. I'll say this, I have nice skin. I've been complimented on my skin in the past. I don't use anything but water. I just use water. I cycle between warm and cold water. That's it. That's all I do. That's all. I'm blessed. Used to be the opposite though. Used to be the opposite. When I was a tween, I had the worst acne in the galaxy. That's not a skincare routine. It counts, right? Because I do go out of my way to wash my face, right? But I just don't use anything. Bye. Yeah, I'm very thankful for this buff. Very thankful for this buff. What changed? I guess I just got older, right? Because when you're a tween and like a teen, the main reason that you get so much acne is usually going to be because of the difference in hormones, right? As you grow and you go through puberty. Do you have a good diet and sleep schedule? I try to. That might be another thing, right? I also take washing my bed sheets very seriously. I think I mentioned that not too long ago when I was trying to delay my bed sheet washing, or no, do it earlier, or no, yeah, do it later to delay it so that I could force myself into not sleeping earlier. Because a lot of the time, if you have really bad acne, it can actually be improved by just replacing your pillowcases regularly. Because it's just a big problem child, I guess. It's a big source of the problems. Relatively clean environment. I try to. I like things clean. Chaos and mess stresses me out, which may be surprising because I think I'm a very chaotic and messy person. I guess it just results in me needing to try 10 times as hard to keep things less chaotic in my life. But yeah, that's my non-routine routine. I just wash my face. I try to keep good sleep and exercise and diet, and I make sure my bed sheets are always clean. I think it's nice to do even if it's not for your skin though. I find that like even if I got really lazy or I'm just so miserable and I can't do something as simple as washing my bed sheets, I still would have to do it because I can't get comfortable in my bed anymore if it's been more than a week, honestly. I need the feeling of them being nice and clean. I can tell the difference. If you made your lips into a whistling shape and instead of blowing you sucked in air, it'll sound somewhat like a whistle. Is that facts? Is that facts? I don't think that sounds like a whistle. Yeah, I think it's my tongue. I've had so many explanations. I've had people draw it for me. I've had people try to show me with their mouth open so I could see it. Nothing has worked with me. Nothing works for me. I just can't do it. It's not gonna happen. It is it's a pretty crafty way to get somebody to pucker their lips though. Tell them something like that.
Let's see. Ooh, okay, here. I'll do this one. If I can copy it this time. Are you a flavored water connoisseur? No. No flavored water. If it's water, it's just got to be on its own, and it has to be nice water. Nah, I'm just being annoying. I like a nice flavored water every now and then. But I usually will just prefer like nice, just filtered water, just by itself, room temp if possible. The main reason I drink tea, which is basically just flavored water, right? Because tea is just leaf juice. It's just water with leaf extract in it. Yeah, I only really drink tea for my voice because I use it a lot. I talk all the time and I sing half the time. Lemon or cucumber? Cucumber's nice. I really enjoyed this one coconut water that I had, but it also had pulp. Are you a pulper? Do you have pulp? Like, do you like pulp in your things? I don't know if I loved it. It was okay, but I found that it was like I was chewing my beverage, and I didn't enjoy that as much. But I liked boba, so I'm not sure. Not sure where the distinction goes there. Pulper, yeah, like, do you do pulp? Pulp orange, yes. No pulp. I think I'd prefer no pulp. I don't hate it, but I don't know. I've just never thought I'd really love to chew this drink. You know? I like to drink things, not to eat the drinks. But I've never had anything with pulp in it that I hated. So, let's see. Ooh, okay. I guess I can elaborate on this because I guess it stood out, and I guess I don't want to like misrepresent it at all. Oh wait, I didn't copy it. Please, I'll just write it. Do you go to the gym or regularly exercise? There's no nice gym within a reasonable distance for me, so unfortunately I do not go to the gym. I'd kind of like to though. But I do try to regularly exercise. It's very light though. I don't want you to think I'm like shredded or anything. No. I'm very casual with it. I do just enough exercise to feel good. I like to walk. I like to jog. I try to do stretches every morning when I get up. I try to do stretches before I exercise as well, like before I go out. I find that when I do that, everything just feels better. So I do that much. I do that much. Yeah, I don't go to the gym, and I'm not I don't do weights, or I don't often do. I have a mat that I sometimes will use for things like push-ups or planks, but I don't do them very often. I'd kind of like to though. I'd kind of like to tighten up the core a little bit. Yeah, no, I'm not buff or shredded. Smooth my belly. Yeah, I just exercise enough that I can be healthy and happy. So that I can keep good posture too, because I found that any time in my life that I don't exercise regularly, I end up slouching like crazy. I'm the worst sloucher in the world if I've not been exercising. And I think that's kind of unsightly for me, specifically for me, you know, because I'm on the taller side. I think slouching in general is one thing, but slouching as a tall person, you end up looking like a shrimp. I'm shrimping out. Made me sit up straight, I know, right? Big stretch in space. Yeah. Ah! Ah! Oh! Excuse me. Shrimp artist. Sometimes, especially if I'm really locked in, especially if I'm like playing a game that I'm really locked in on stream as well, because on stream I'll usually have it on a smaller window. But are you good? Have you never had a good stretch that just hurt a little bit? It like hurts so good, you know what I mean? Hurts in a good way. Favorite stretches? I like the stretches that relate to the upper arms and like the wingspan, like the shoulders. I love to like, here I can walk you through one right now. I'm gonna sit forward. All right, so raise your arms up, 90-degree angles, kind of like you're flexing, like gyung gyung, you know what I mean? and I need you to kind of, how do I describe this? Rotate your arms so that your fists move down and they're kind of in front of you. Kind of like if you started moving them back and forth, it would be like you were punching, but they're still in a 90-degree angle, right? Bring your elbows together, like move them towards your back. Oh, I love that. That feels so good. And then after that, bring your arms forward and push them out as far as you can. Oh, that feels good. Those are my favorite stretches, those two right there. To like stretch the shoulders back and then forward. I find that I carry the most tension in my upper back in general, or maybe my lower back as well. I think the back is one of the biggest sources of tension for taller people in general, so that's where I carry a lot of mine. So stretches that target those specifically feel really good. I also love a good like neck stretch. Yeah, I love stretching. Another one that I really like to do, I'll walk you through this one as well, and then I'll stop making you stretch. It's good for you though, good to pick these up regularly and keep your body in shape. I love to, so we'll start with the left arm, right? You straighten your left arm, and you grab your elbow, or just below your elbow, closer onto like the, what is it called? Forearm? Forearm. It's forearm and then wrist, right? Wrist is closer to your hand, forearm is closer to your armpit. Grab your forearm-ish just above the elbow with your other hand and bring it like up to your neck and stretch it that way. Does that make sense? I don't know if you're following, but that feels really good. And then with the other arm. Did you hear the pop? Feels nice. Those are my two favorites. Yeah, I love the one where you bring it back and forward, and then the one where you stretch the arms left and right. Broke your neck? No way. I think you really needed that stretch. Not feeling it? That's just fine. That's just fine. It hurts. Oh, but be careful. Yeah, don't go too far with any stretch. There is a such thing as too much and too far. Yeah, why are you breaking? What's the problem? Okay. Do you listen to music when doing work? Yes, I do. When I'm working, there are 3 scenarios when I'm working, right? The first scenario is I'm working on something music related. So I don't listen to anything in that scenario. I'm just listening to the thing that I'm actively working on, right? I can't do those at the same time. Second scenario is that I want to hear a song while I'm working. So I will just pull up that one song and I will loop that song ad infinitum while I am working. Third scenario is I want like entertainment while I work. Especially if I'm doing really menial, like just documenting type work, or you know, visual formatting as well, like if I'm drawing or setting up a thumbnail or something. That's when I want entertainment. So I'll either pull up like a show or a movie, or more often I'll actually pull up a stream. That's the majority of the stream watching that I do. I'm personally, I don't know, it might be disappointing to hear since I do stream, like I am a streamer, but when it comes to watching streams, I never really sit down to actively watch a stream and just focus only on the stream unless it's a big event, right? Like a debut or an anniversary. I don't often do that. I will pull it up in the background. I'll have it up in a tiny little window in my upper right corner of my monitor, and I'll have it just playing while I work, while I focus on everything else. And it's like, I'm kind of processing what's happening in the stream, kind of not. So that's the reason that you may notice that I can like name and reference some very specific things about other livers, for example, but I will not know everything. Like if I were put in a quiz, like 10 questions about things that happened on stream that everybody thought was really funny, I would not remember many of them or have even witnessed most of them. Yeah, picture-in-picture mode, the GOAT. You get me! You get me! That's exactly what I use. That is exactly what I use. Doing that right now. Oh my gosh, am I up on the upper right corner? Here, look at me, look at me. I'm gonna look down at the rest of your monitor. You ready? If I'm in the upper right corner, look at this. Whoa, what's all this? Whoa! Oh my god, what? If you're looking at anything that's not dangerous to show, I'd love to see that on my live tag actually. What am I looking at right now? Silly. Silly. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Tú sí sabes quererme. How long have you been singing and drawing? For drawing, I can give the cliche answer, which is since I was born, right? Or like since I was 3 years old. Or I think everyone draws when they're a kid, and I think it's sad that people stop. I don't think art is about getting really, really good necessarily. So I've always been drawing. I've been drawing since I was in honestly since before I was in school. Since I was in kindergarten, I've always been drawing. I think everyone draws. I think it's a human thing to draw, you know? And I think there's just as much dignity and respect deserved by like a painting in the Louvre as there is in like a scratch on the wall, you know? Or like a doodle on a set of notes, or like a sticky note doodle on your office wall. I think we started with caves, you know, drawing on the walls of caves, and we just went from there. I think all people should be drawing, and it does not matter if it looks really good or not. I think what matters is that you made something and that it's forever, you know? Anything can be art. So true. As for singing, my answer for that would probably be like 14 is when I started taking it seriously. 14 years old. And then I took it really, really seriously from then right up until I graduated high school. And then I entered the modeling industry. And honestly, I've neglected singing until now. As far as we're concerned there, I haven't been practicing or anything. I neglected my regular exercise for my voice. I kind of regret that. So I'd like to make up for it and do as much as I can to get better now and to improve my voice beyond what I have already. Modeling, yes, modeling. I used to be a male model. Fun trivia. I learned a lot in that industry, but I don't know. It just wasn't for me. It was not for me. Not entertaining enough. I need more in life. You know, I need to be heard, not looked at. Modeling before becoming a bouncer. I know it's kind of a pivot, right? Kind of a pivot. I'm the bouncer in name only. I'm the bouncer in name only. Yeah, I love drawing. I love singing. Both I love very, very much. Ooh, okay. This is a really good one that I'm really keen to talk about. What's your favorite Millie album? I've been listening since the very first album, but I think my favorite to date is actually To Kill a Living Book. I think those songs might have been written for Library of Arena, but I don't remember for sure if that's what that album was for. But yeah, I really, 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 really love To Kill a Living Book. It's got a lot of my favorites in there. Namely, I really love From a Place of Love. I think that's on that album. I love Salt, Pepper, Birds, and the Thought Police. I think that's on the same album. Yeah, I think it's honestly their best for me to date. I love it very, very much. Have you played Library of Arena? No, I have not played Library of Arena. I only know about it, and I'm like curious about it specifically because of Millie. Because Millie has written a ton of music for it. So I'd like to play it someday. Have you heard of Year In or Flowerworks? Have I? The names feel familiar. I wonder, have I? Yes, I have. Yes, that's the one they did for Promise of Wizard. I was obsessed with that one. The one with like the goat on the cover for their upload? Yes, I love that one. I love Year In. I forgot the name of it. I think that's my favorite of the last year, honestly. Yeah. I remember now. It's coming back to me. Year 100, I left you. Na 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 na. Yeah, banger. Yeah, I love Millie. Bathtub Mermaid, that's one of my favorites of some of their earlier songs. I love Bathtub Mermaid. I really want to sing that one for you someday. I gotta get my hands on an instrumental. It's just a matter of when. Shaking my fist at the sky, at space. I love Bathtub Mermaid. Retort, that's a really good one. That's a really good one. I stand you back up, I need to show me how. So excited for your karaoke stream. Me too, me too. Tragically, there's no Millie in the karaoke set list, but I'm still very, very excited for it. I'm excited to sing some of these songs for you. And How We Live, Lament. Yeah, that's the actual name. We Live, Lament. Yeah, I love that one. I think I've technically heard every single Millie song ever. There are just some that I listen to it once and I'm like, my life's better, and then I put it down forever. I have to pick up a new Millie song right at the perfect junction when I'm ready to let go of my current song fixation in order to loop and remember one. Favorite Senti Millie song? It depends. Because I think my favorite, long-time favorite, like the one that I've loved the most for the longest time, is Hoshi no Aida. Hoshi no Aida. But right now, I'm most obsessed with Super Ultra I Love You. Very, very, very banger song. I love it very much. I love it very, very much. Totemo oishi. Alright, let's see. Let's get another one. Let's get another one. Oh, everything's frozen. I've lost my UI. Oh no. Oh no. Where did it go? Hello? Are you there? Can you hear me? Every time I'm put in an inconvenient situation, I feel like I become a little Victorian. I don't know about little Victorian boy. Sometimes I do that, like holding up an empty bowl, like, please, sir, please show me some kindness. Please, 10 shillings. But then the other half of the time, I'm a really misfortunate Victorian man, like haggard man, just, oh goodness, what's happened to me? Oh no, how could this be? Oh goodness. Ooh, okay. I kind of want to get into this one. Can I paste this, please? Okay. Random, but what kind of Sims player are you, or were you? Because I mentioned that I used to play The Sims a lot, right? I haven't touched it in years, but I specifically played The Sims 3 the most. And I cut it out of the question that I just copy pasted, but they clarify, like, were you like a create a sim maker? Did you like to build, etc.? I really loved to create for nobody but me, nobody but Kaelix, only for me, Kaelix only, a really long running and immersive storyline, right? I particularly really loved in Sims 3 the family tree function, where it would automatically log like your family tree based on who's the parents, who did they give birth to, who did that person marry when they grew up, etc. I loved the family tree. And I loved having a family tree. So, for example, if I was playing with the Supernatural pack and I wanted to make a witchy matriarch for that run, I wanted to make a matriarch of a witching family, right? I would not, in the Create a Sims menu, I wouldn't start with the matriarch. I would start with her great-great-grandmother or her great-great-grandfather. And I would slowly build up to someday giving birth to the matriarch that I first envisioned when I started that save, so that I would have, the family tree to back her history as the matriarch, the family, the dynasty, you could say. I loved that. And I did it all the time. I was obsessed with it. 100-hour sim stream. It's so dangerous. I want to play it so bad on stream. I'm scared to play it on stream. I'm scared. I'm scared to whip that one out. Like, I'm gonna forget that I'm there if I pull out The Sims, right? Because like, I am entertained in a very particular way by streams like we're doing right now, where I can just sit and talk forever. The Sims activates a part of my brain, or more accurately, it deactivates a part of my brain where it's like I don't have the talking switch anymore. There's nothing left. There's nothing left. I'm just there. I'm just in the zone. I start frog blinking and you wouldn't hear another word from me for the rest of it. Maybe someday though. Maybe someday. Okay. I'm gonna take another sip of my tea. Locked in is really the best way to put it. In the truest sense, I just lock in so bad It's like the whole world ceases to exist. Is there anyone in NIJISANJI EN that you would like to collab with in the future? Everyone. Everyone in the whole company ever. Am I the only one that's lagging? Oh no, am I gone? Am I still among the living? That's so sad. Am I among the living? You may need to refresh. Uh-oh. It's glitching still? Amogus? I'm Amognus. Am I back? Lost in space. Yeah, they never came back to get me. They never did the retrieval mission. Wanna stretch again? Yeah! I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I've been working so much today. I did so much work today. I'm so excited. There's something I can actually show you very, very soon. Still can't tell you what it is, but I finally finished recording for it today. So I will render it either tonight or the day after, and then you should see it not too long from now, like next few days maybe. Very, very excited. Wait, is it still lagging? Oh no. Oh, this is grim. I'm gonna have to have a word with my ISP. I actually called them up not too long ago, and I'm supposed to have a nice refresh, but oh, tragic, so tragic. Yeah, I'm very excited to share what I've been working on. Oh, it's fine. Okay, thank you. It's always so grim. I'm always like scared to keep talking when people say it's lagging, because I don't want you to miss it. But then I end up losing track of what I'm saying anyway. Ooh, okay. Oh, I can't copy paste it. Okay. Are there any childhood books you were fond of? Okay, so when I was really little, I think my favorite series was A Series of Unfortunate Events. I loved it a lot. I think from first until about 3rd grade, that was my favorite. My mom had all of them, so I just read from her copies, and I loved them a lot. I just got very attached to the characters, and the writing style really appealed to me, and I learned a lot of words, which I really loved. I love to learn words. I also, when I got a little bit older, like later elementary school, I got into bigger literature. One of my freakish things, and it sounds like I'm showing off or bragging when I mention it, so I have to preface that it's not like, I'm not proud of it or anything, it's just the fact of like what entertained me when I was little, but I had a higher reading level, so I got into higher level difficulty stuff. My favorites that I carried around, I really loved Peter Pan, and I really loved, it was a poetry book, but I loved Leaves of Grass, Walt Whitman. I read a lot of Leaves of Grass throughout, I think, middle school. It was my favorite. I carried around that dusty book for so long too, Leaves of Grass. Ugh. Other than that, I wonder, because I burned through so many, but nothing else is really standing out in my brain. I think the ones that stuck out the most for me and left the most lasting impression was Peter Pan and Walt Whitman's poetry book. Is this what in space means? Yeah, we're in space, or I'm in space. You're still at home. Yeah, this is a live broadcast coming from outer space. Forced myself to be in the highest reading level because I wanted to be cool. For me, I did actually have one competitive feature in it though. I was a very competitive kid. And I'm honestly still kind of competitive in certain areas. I've mellowed out a lot in age, but I say that like I'm 90, but as I've grown, I've mellowed out a bit. But when I was little, I was super, super competitive, and our library had this reading point system where if you checked out a book, and when you came back, you could pass a short quiz to prove that you read the whole thing, you would get points for that book based on its difficulty. And so one of the other reasons, aside from just being entertained by it, one of the other reasons that I picked up higher level books was specifically that I wanted to have the most points. I wanted to win. I don't think there was even a prize or anything. They would just put your name on a ranking outside the library, and I lived for it. And I was always anywhere between number 1 and number 3, and I was very proud of that. That was my shining achievement. Reading anything right now, it's so tragic. I never make the time for reading anymore, so I'm not reading any proper novels. I'd really love to pick up The Lord of the Rings though, because I started it at one point, and I love the films, but I never finished the books. I never finished reading The Lord of the Rings. And I'd love to finish it. I have it. I have a little, like, I have all 3 of them, I think. I think the books are split the same way as the films, right? Because I remember I have them in a little paper, like, it's one of those cardboard paper boxes where you put them on your shelf together in the box. Yeah, I have them. I just haven't read them. Yeah, anyway, I'd love to read The Lord of the Rings. As far as what I'm actually reading right now, I'm trying to pick up manga again. Because I used to be a big manga reader, but I don't know. Several years back, I just dropped reading everything ever, and I kind of missed it. So more recently, I've tried to pick up reading manga just like 1 chapter or 2 at a time before bed each night, just as a way to kind of mellow down after my day. Especially recently, I kind of need it because I get too excited throughout the day, and I find it harder to fall asleep. But lately, I've been reading Hikaru ga shinda natsu, or The Summer That Hikaru Died. Or it could be translated as The Summer the Light Died, because his name is just written with the kanji for Hikari. But I've been very, very invested in it. I'm not too far in. I'm only like 1 volume through, I think. But I've really, really been entertained. I'm very intrigued by the characters, and the environment is really, really fun as well. It's that kind of environment that I really love in a manga where, like, they illustrate a very rural or like nostalgic feeling place, and they do it well. It's like I get a very real sense of the place. Like, it feels real to me. I feel like I could be there. Has an anime adaptation? It's cooking. I saw the trailer for that not too long ago, and I was talking to a friend about it. He was like, "Oh wait, I saw a commercial for this." I was like, "What? There's an anime cooking?" Yeah, I don't know if it's out yet, but yeah, I did see the teaser for it, and it looked really, really good. So I'm very, very excited. It's also really exciting to hear their voices too. It's kind of changed the way that I read it since I watched that teaser, because now I have like a voice attached to them, or voices attached to them, plural. But yeah, if you're down for like if you're interested in a more suspenseful, or what is the word I'm looking for? I think it's a psychological horror, right? That's the genre. If you're down for a psychological horror, I highly recommend Hikaru ga shinda natsu. Banger. Oh my gosh, Footy. Oh my gosh, it's Footy. He's here in my live stream. Oh wow. Holy moly. Hi. Hello, Frio. Hello, Doremin. Thank you so much for coming. Did you have a nice coffee, Zatsu? Did you show all the cool photos? Do you like all the photos that Frio had to share? What are you doing? Did you not see the budget to launch me up into space? To get me sent up to space in a makeshift trebuchet? I'm in space right now. I don't know how to tell you this, and I don't know how to get down either. I need you to figure that out for me, alright? Because we didn't, in the budget for this experiment, we didn't plan for retrieval. So I don't know how I'm gonna get back to Earth. I'm just like a satellite. Yeah, I need you to rack your brain, scratch your head, and figure out how to get me down. You've always been very solution oriented, so I think you could do it. I think if anybody can do it, Frio can do it. Yeah, there's no retrieval plan. I don't know how I'm gonna get back down. Launch was everything. Yeah, there was a launch too. It was recorded. It was recorded live on TV. Not on TV. But yeah, I'm stuck in space now, so I guess you're gonna have to call me while I'm up here instead. We'll have to have our buckshot roulette collab. I'll have to have it from space. I won't be able to get Pilk up here, I'm afraid. This is my way of getting out of the Batsuge. Make sure you're back by Friday for our collab. We kind of just had a brain cell moment. I'm just telling you now that I can't make it. I can't do it, man. I'm not gonna be there. I'm stuck up here. Yeah, no, I'll find a way. I'll just kind of swim my way down, you know? Does that work? Do you think that would work, like swimming through water? Oh, you'll do it. Is that a threat? Or what? Or else what? Like, oh my gosh. Oh, it feels scary. Man, do you think you could swim if you were in space? Can you swim through no gravity? Is that how that works? Could I hypothetically just like doggy paddle my way home? Do you think I could manage? I'll get started. I'll get started as soon as possible. So Mr. Renzoto senpai to come collect me? Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I don't belong here. I don't belong in your atmosphere. Oh, in your atmosphere. I'm gonna take another sip of my tea. Stretch! I know that you just rated me, but I was actually planning to end today around the 2-hour mark because I still have I have a video that I need to render very soon. Mystery video. Wonder what it is. So yeah, it'll have to be a double raid today, I fear. Thank you so much for the raid though. I appreciate it much more than you know. Stuck in abyss, stuck in space. I know, right? Banger. Yeah. We're gonna wrap up here. I'll be trying to figure out the redirect while I'm up here in space. Not sure how this is gonna work. Okay, let's see. Who's live? Let's see. When did you start? You started 40 minutes ago, so you're likely to keep going, right? Alright, we're going to raid into Uki Senpai, who is playing on the Minecraft Enchanted server, which is pretty epic and poggers. So, I'm sure if you're down for anything cool and cozy, I think you will enjoy. Make sure to send my Doraemons to a good place. I think this is a pretty good place. I'd say so. Oh, he's so protective. That's kind of sweet. That's so cute. You better appreciate that. You better appreciate that, Doraemons. Look how sweet and doting he is. He's like, make sure you send my Doraemons. It's like you're his kids. So precious. Meanwhile, me and the debonheirs, I'm just like, I did this today. And they're like, ha ha. And that's it. Goofy. Goofy. Maybe I could stand to be a little bit more protective. I am the bouncer after all, right? Alright. We're gonna raid into Uki Senpai. That is all for today. Let me remove this. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'm gonna start paddling so that I can get home, get back to Earth, and figure out how I'm gonna get my work done. Figure out dinner maybe on the way. I don't know if I could. Can you drink the Milky Way? It's right behind me. Yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I had a lot of fun today, as always. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your night. Hope you have a wonderful next meal. Make sure you stay hydrated, etc., all those other platitudes. See you later. Mata ashita na. Tomorrow, here, I think I can at least pull up like a, where's my schedule? Where's my schedule? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I knew I had one of these in my pocket. So, here, I'll show you this much. For the rest of the week, today we had a ZATSU in outer space. If I manage to get back down again in one piece, tomorrow we're gonna play Shashingo. Again, that's if I make it back down. Might have to cancel every stream ever again forever because I'm stuck in space. No, it's gonna be fine. But yeah, we're gonna play Shashingo tomorrow. Really look forward to it. I need to brush up on some vocabulary. I think my biggest weakness with Japanese is that I just don't know enough words. I can't articulate any of my ideas because I just don't have the words for them. I'm stuck with loan words and false conjugations, so hopefully it will teach me some new words. Day after that, we're having our first By the Beat group collab. We're gonna play Buckshot Roulette with a milk and soda ZATSU game that I'm so excited about. Because I love milk. And I love soda. And nothing would make me happier than putting them together into one super beverage. No, I'm unironically excited though. Not excited for the ZATSU game, but excited for the game. And then, at the end of the week, we will have our very first karaoke stream on my channel. I'm very, very excited. I'm so excited if I make it back. I sure hope I make it back. I'd be so sad if that didn't happen. So I hope that you can look forward to it, but I guess don't look forward to it too much now that I'm up here. I don't belong here. I don't belong in your atmosphere. Alright, that's all for today. See you later. Bye bye.